Hey YouTubers, welcome back. Okay, so this is a reading for twin flames and also for, light workers and people who are feeling pulled onto this, you know, spiritual based path, so to speak, in regards to, helping others on an energetic level. Now, I'm going to be breaking this up into masculine energy and feminine energy, and then, where the paths are comparatively, whether or not it is that you know who this person is or if you have not met them yet. Okay. Now, there are many that have, that are not in this 3D reality together. Okay. This is something that needs to be understood on a deeper level and why it is this way. This is what has been causing people to question the connection. And sorry, I feel like there's like better. Sorry. This is what has been causing people to feel, like they're not connected and that it's an illusion. Okay. This is because the energies are what's real, the feelings are what's real, and what has been conditioned in this noisemaker is that the connection is not real because they're not with you. On an energetic level, they are with you. And you're being pulled in order to help others based off of the fact that you're a healer. All light workers, all twin flames in that energetic connection are healers separately. Understand? So the reason for the shift that's happening now, and people, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, the way that you feel on a daily basis is based off of the energies at that time on a level outside of yourself. Okay? This is where I really don't understand people, and they don't understand, you know, where the alignment is with the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets. It affects every single being on an energetic level because you, in fact, are energy. And where at the time and the placement here where you were born at that time is what you will find in the placements in your chart. And you would be able to even go back at a time in your life where you remember something and go back and see where the placements were at that time. And I am 150% sure that it would click in the placement of the energies at that time. I've done it to myself. By no coincidence. So all of you who are going through this are not crazy. You are producing energy that is helping the paradigm shift. Follow me here. You are separate from the person you are in fact met and connected with because their energy is placed where they need to be at this time and your energy is placed where you need to be at this time. And the test of time, even though we're just existing, that's why focusing on the date, the time it's been passed since your connection is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. And this is where understanding, doing what it is that you're being pulled to do without questioning it or worried about society-based beliefs and being judged for it is also irrelevant, as you are energetically being pulled by your higher self, your guides, by what it is that you are connected to here, because you're an old soul. You're waking up. This is why things don't feel right to you. This is why it's intolerable to deal with the things that you're in contrast with in yourself, which is why you fall to lower levels of depression, get stuck in a negative mind space, get stuck in that negative feeling, because it doesn't feel right to you, and you in fact are correct. Because you know on an intuitive level, intuition, in tune. This is in tune with what it is you're feeling, right? So if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. And you know this on a deeper level because you, in fact, are an old soul here. And you're being pulled at this time because the energies are shifting themselves and you have been a part of that shift. So it's very important for you to focus on what it is that you are putting out, whether or not this person that you're connected to is in your reality based off of what you can see. It's what you can feel. I'm serious. I, for a while now, have been going through the same contrast. I'm not, exempt from the process also, but now have ascended past another layer, so to speak. Because I was in conflict about doing this anymore. And last night, and this is why I'm being guided to do this today for you guys, it's based off of the fact that I always listen to a meditation or, meditation music and or a speaking meditation before I go to sleep. I have for years now. And one popped up yesterday where I never did it before or heard it. So I was like, all right, why not? And it was only about 38 minutes, I believe. 3 hours later, it was still playing. Yes, it was still playing. It didn't repeat itself because it was still on the same meditation, but it was only a 38-minute meditation. And it's not like it was on repeat or anything like that. It was just like it plays and it's done and that's it. I'm already asleep. But I woke up and I'm like confused a bit because why is it still playing? When I looked at the clock, it was 3 hours later and the meditation is still speaking. And I look at it and it only had like 2 minutes left until it ended. That was meant for me. And it happened that way. And today, this. Because it's very important for you guys to understand you're all healers. All of you. No matter what it is that you're being, I have straight on faces right now. Whatever it is that you're being pulled to do, you're a healer. Readers, healers. We read energies for you in order to guide you, help you understand on a deeper level, give you the guidance that's coming through so that you can understand yourself on a deeper level. It's not about just, reading the cards and that's it. If it connects, it connects. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No. Not when you're being pulled to do this. This is something that you're doing in order to help heal others, regardless of how your gift is of healing, whether it's, focusing by doing Reiki, focusing on helping children, animals, nature. It does not matter. It's a healing energy that is coming through you through what? Unconditional love. You're putting a condition on yourself by not doing what it is that you need to do. And you know you need to do it by the way that you feel in tuned. But you're focused on the connection with the other person who is not with you at the time now is what's holding it apart. And that's the contrast. That's the belief that's been embedded inside of our minds that your feelings aren't real. Feelings aren't real for this person. They weren't real. They're not with me. They shoved me off numerous times. I don't feel good without knowing that the connection's real. You're the only one that knows that. So now's the time to stop questioning that. It's real. And if the other person is stuck in a negative space, it is not your responsibility to focus your higher energies towards that negative space they're stuck in, because they are not your responsibility in waking up, and it's their energy that they need to clear, and they have a choice on whether or not they're going to do that. But again, they will just continue to live in that space over and over and over again, even under the illusion when they think their life is going great and that they have this great relationship or great career or whatever. They're not exempt from experiencing the lower level energies over and over and over again, because they're refusing to follow what they're in tune to because of their fear. Don't attach yourself there. It's very important that you do not do that. Do not worry about being alone. You're never alone. Don't worry about not having a relationship. It's not about that. You will. You will. I promise you, you will. Whether or not it's, the focus cannot be on the person in physical form. It's energy. Close your eyes as if you've never seen that person before in your life. It's energy. It was an energy sharing a frequency, and it dug so deep and hit you so to your core that it dug up all that nasty energy, and now it's time to release it and not question what it is that you're being pulled to do. You're not crazy. And you shall see what is going to happen very soon. It's already started. It's time to pay attention. When I say it's time to wake up, I'm not kidding. I'm not here to play games with people. I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I'm here to help you, because I know, see so past all of it. Your energy is helping the shift. This is why you've been going through this. Do you understand? You're going through this because your higher level energies are helping the shift, because we've been living in this stagnant terror. Why are people so damaged? Because you were taught to believe that you're powerless based off of others. They don't know any better either. But there are the ones that do know better. And it was their plan in order to create the system that has, and falling in line with it and staying there doesn't help. And you're feeling uncomfortable because you know that you're being pulled to help. Why are you afraid of it? It's freeing yourself. It is. And it's coming quickly. So quick. So don't fear. There's nothing to fear than fear itself. I learned that over the past 48 hours. Till I finally was like, fearing what? You can see now. Others cannot. The reason they cannot is because you're supposed to help them see. So, this reading's for you guys. Lightworkers, twin flames. No one's exempt to listening to this reading. No one. Just because you may not feel as if you are being pulled on a spiritual, path here, does not mean that this reading cannot relate to you. It's energies. But I'm talking to the ones who know here, especially here, and this conflict, got to clear all that out. That's what this is about. Okay? So let's see what comes out here for you guys with the angel message cards. Then I'm going to be doing masculine and feminine, and I'm going to break it up side by side with the romance angel cards and the cards of Nancy. And we're going to see what's going on an energetic level between the two and their connection, because it's very important for you to understand your connection and connection to the other person. If there's an energy block on the masculine side, it is not your responsibility to fall into that clog, but to raise your vibration in order to help release it, put your attention to it. And it's more or less this fear in the mind. right? Adds to it, keeps it clogged. I don't care if they're not talking to you, you haven't heard from them in months. It does not matter. On an energetic level, it just does not. Okay? So, let's see what angel message info come up for you here. And we have a flipper first and foremost, and two that are on the floor. So we will go with that. Ariel. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. I told you in my coincidences here, I'm not a bullshit reader. I'm not. I don't make up anything that I talk about because it's just channeled. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself in connection to it. Wasn't that? I told you I don't need cards, but I like to use them because it's like, you know, it's fun. Pretend to be David Blaine for a little bit, right? Another person who's totally connected outside of himself, right? People, oh, magic tricks, blah, blah, whatever. I'm like, do you see in that man's eyes? His smile, just the way that he looks? He fears nothing. I, on the other hand, it's not a fear, but I mean, like, I don't want to hold, like, did you guys see the thing where he held like a metal something, I don't know, in between his teeth and they shot a bullet and he caught it? I just don't like loud bangs and, you know, I'm more that, not quiet, but like, I don't like loud banging noises and stuff like that. So like and at the end of the day, like just envisioning that, I don't want to do that. That's not something that I want to do. That's okay. You know what I mean? Do I fear it? I can't even say so much that it's like I'm afraid, but I don't openly want to go do that. That's like like what you fear. This is where there's a difference. Something you can choose to do, which in a sense that is uncomfortably scary to you, right? But when you're fearing something that you want to do, like if I really wanted to do that and I was afraid of it, that's a problem. I don't want to do that, so not afraid of it, nor want to do it. It's just not something in my space, right? Think of it that way. Something that you're afraid of is because it's something that you want. Why are you afraid to do it and or have it? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Okay? He wanted to do that. And whether or not he was internally afraid or not, he still did it and he accomplished it because he knows something outside of himself. That's why he's able to do what it is that he does. And people are amazed by it. And he entertains, he brings joy, he brings happiness, whether or not you consider him to be crazy or someone who just does magic tricks. He knows something outside of himself that he's connected to. And he doesn't fear it, he just knows it and goes with it. And look, right? Rochelle, as you honor and follow your guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Following what it is, you're being given these new psychic and spiritual experiences to your life because you are someone who is helping change the world. You have to start with yourself first and understand what you're transmitting out of yourself, right? And this is indicating that prosperity is coming to you now as you follow your heart. Being in tune. Vanessa, to make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose and which way takes me away from it? We don't have coincidences here, folks. No, we don't. Never. Okay? You know which way is taking you, which way is pulling you away by the way that you feel, right? Don't question it. Roll with it. Flow with it. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Observe. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. What does this card mean? What does this card mean? Have patience and faith. What is patience? People hate that word. Patience is a virtue. Be patient. Patient means you already know you're good to go. Patience is you don't even really need to be told to be patient. You just are because of your faith and your trust in the unfolding. You don't need to force anything to happen. You don't need to force against what it is you fear, which is the only reason why you would be forcing in the first place to make something happen would be based off of the fact that you're afraid of losing something. Not afraid of having it. You're afraid of losing it. Wrong way. Think of your words. Think of the way that you understand yourself. When you are fearful of losing something, you force up against the lower level energies because of your fear in itself of the loss of it. When you want something and you know something to be certain, and you have to have trust and faith in the unfolding because you in fact cannot control another person because of your free will and choices. But if you're having faith and trust in the unfolding because you just know, you don't question it, you don't fear the loss of anything because there's nothing in fact for you to lose, you are in control of all of it. Which way brings you closer to your desire and which way takes you apart from it? Your fear of the loss of it is what takes you apart from it and holds it apart because you're clogging the energies. And when you trust and have faith and just know, because it's not about that. You don't need that person to validate anything. No, you most certainly do not. And if they are stuck in a negative space, that's their problem. I know that that sounds rude. I know that that sounds uncompassionate, but it's not even about that. It's not that I'm not compassionate. I understand where they're stuck. But they choose to stay there, and they choose not to seek outside of themselves out of pride, ego, all fear, in order to seek guidance and help from others or face what it is that they know intuitively they need to. It's not that I don't have compassion for them because I understand where they're stuck, but no one can force them to wake up to their own selves. So follow where it is that you're truly being guided to. That's where your prosperity lies, and your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. What did I say in the beginning? Things are happening quickly, and they're going to. And I'm not speaking about anything that any of us are in control of. Okay? Do not pay attention to the person not being here in your presence, but pay attention to your energies and where you have them connected to based off of what you're thinking about. That's where you get stuck in that negative mind space. Negative thoughts create negative energies, holding you apart from what you truly desire because you're afraid of the loss of what it is that you keep thinking about over and over and over again. That circumstance, situation, no matter what it was, is already over. There is nothing that you can do to change what happened here around you at that time that does no longer exist. It's the moments now that are creating your pathway that you're on by what you're thinking about and energetically putting out from yourself. Fear of loss, negative energies being transmitted, clogging the positive energy sources. You could change your thought like that by not paying attention to what it is and replaying that old played out movie in your mind over and over again. But it felt such a good connection at that time, and I just want that back. Yeah, but what followed that great connection, a negative connection. That's what keeps playing over and over again. And if the person comes back into your life, you get that good vibe and high vibe and feeling again, but the same outcome every time, disconnect. Because it's not understanding why you disconnected in the first place. Ah, you see where that is now understood? Keep replaying something over and over again in your mind from the past when you felt good with that person. But that's the circumstance and the situation that led up to falling apart. So it stays apart. It's now time to create a new, wipe the slate clean. How do you wipe the slate clean? By cleaning out your energy first. Yes. Aha. Aha moments, right? Now, let's go into the Romance Angel cards. I'm going to first go with the Divine Feminine's energies at this time in order to see where the Divine Feminine energies are. So let's see what comes out here for the Divine Feminine. Then I'm going to go into the Divine Masculines. And then we will get the cards of Nancy following what comes out through the Romance Angel cards. So Divine Feminine at this time. So we can get one more card for the Divine Feminine. 2. Oh, actually 4. Okay, well, there goes me trying to, well, let's do this. No. So, that's the Divine Feminine. Now let's do the Divine Masculine and see what's going on here in regards to the connection that, in fact, is disconnected. One for the masculine, 2 for the masculine, okay, that would be it. And the bottom of the deck, very soon. What did Azure say? What did Azure say about your desired outcome will occur in the very near future? Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. And you got the very soon card here. Clearly decide what it is that you want so that it comes to you now. You have a strong magnetic connection. The deception lies with the fact that you have not deepened your bond yet, meaning the only person you're deceiving is yourself at all times by not speaking your truth, right? So a decision internally needs to be made, and it needs to be made within you, and that's it, right? This is the overall energy for both masculine and feminine, okay? This is the connection. The magnetic connection, it's real, okay? The deception lies with the fact that there wasn't a deepening of the bond. And now it's time to give this relationship a chance and work on the partnership through a heart-to-heart conversation. Yet you're in separation due to the fact that you need to heal family issues, meaning in the way you have believed love is exchanged is exactly what you're learning through this time of separation. Becoming whole again with yourself. Because this is a true love and a romance of a lifetime. Okay? You're in separation due to the fact that the way in which you learn to exchange love comes from past life karmic energies. Okay? This is where, you you get stuck in those, this is where you got stuck in the past, in those karmic relationships that went around and around and around and around, because it was your belief in the way in which you exchange love with another person, right? Your belief was that that person needed to give you love in order to be loved, feel loved, validated in the relationship, needed a label, needed, needed to know that this person cared about you just as much as you thought you cared about them. Well, that in itself is why you went around and around and around like this for however long it was with past partners, experiencing the same type of relationship over and over and over again with multiple different people. That's why. Because the belief never changed within you when you got into that relationship in the first place. When you came into contact with the divine partnership, the divine partner, when you came into contact with that person, that was based off of a deep desire in order to have that type of connection, which in fact you were brought. And you also are a spiritual being, all of us are, but you always felt different. You're the black sheep. I always say that because it's the truth. That's why you feel so different from everybody else. But you're being pulled onto a path in order to help others on a way higher level so that they can rid themselves of feeling depressed, feeling lost, feeling not good enough. Teaching others, helping others. You're a healer. Both are healers, right? So that healing is what needs to take place here. Love yourself first. This is for the divine feminine. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, okay? You need to have trust and faith in the unfolding of this. Again, the trust and the faith, right? Don't try to force it to happen. This person could live at a distance. You need to release and clear the past karmic energies. Because this is the one. You've already met this person. Okay, that clears up your questions, right? Feminine? The person that you are in connection with lives at a distance. You've already met the person. You need to clear your energies of the past. How do you do that? By loving yourself first and having trust and faith in the unfolding, even though the person may be at a distance. Okay? Now, masculine. Masculine, you receive codependency. Addictions are affecting your love life. You got past life relationship. Stay optimistic about your love life. You're being pulled on a spiritual path. You need to keep an open mind about the person. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type of expectations. And your last card out here is unrequited love, which is lack of love of self. The thing is here that it's showing me for the divine masculine in relation to the feminine. The feminine needs to understand and loving themselves first and having trust in the faith, right? And you're in disconnection and at a distance from the masculine because you are in fact on a spiritual journey with the masculine. They are being pulled onto this path, but they're losing their optimism about your connection, right? Based off of codependent past life partnership energies. So here's where you both are matching up. The masculine could be drinking, trying to numb the mind, partaking in lower level energies, just not following and remaining optimistic about the connection you two had because they need to keep an open mind about you on the spiritual journey. And feminine, you need to release any karmic energies based off of past relationships prior to meeting the divine masculine, because this indicates you've already met this person, but you have past energies coming from an ex that is clogging this, and you're at a distance from this person, so it's calling for you to have trust because of the distance, because you both, masculine and feminine, need to clear their energies of a past karmic relationship. This is indicating that you need to remain optimistic, masculine, because you are being guided on this path, you need to keep an open mind because your soulmate may differ from your usual type of expectations. And this unrequited love you feel is because you've already met this person, but you're not in connection with this person because you need to keep an open mind. You need to understand that this is a spiritual journey. And your lack of optimism based off of this is what's causing this clog. Okay? Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. You're being guided, and you need to keep an open mind about this person that you've already met. And this feeling of unrequited love is the fact that it's lack of love of self. And what did the feminine get? Love yourself first. And the masculine end with unrequited love. Listen, this does not come out like this because you're not in connection with each other. You are on an energetic level. You're at distances from each other because you're learning to get rid of this. And you've already met this person, and the masculine needs to keep an open mind about it. This indicates that the feminine already knows that this is the person, and this indicates the masculine needs to keep an open mind about it. But they're falling to these lack of love of self, and the feminine is loving themselves first. These two go hand in hand, right? These two go hand in hand. You're at distances from each other because you're being pulled on this path together. This is why you're at a distance from each other, because this isn't a karmic connection. This is a soul, deep spiritual connection. You already know this. This is the feminine. This is the masculine. Feminine knows this is the person. Masculine needs to keep an open mind about it. The feminine is being called to have trust and faith in the unfolding, and the masculine needs to remain optimistic. Again, positive thinking and what? Faith will bring you romance. Trust and have faith. The situation is calling for you to have faith, trust. This is calling for the masculine to have faith and positive thinking. There's not, masculine, you're falling to this because you are not having faith and remaining optimistic. Because you could still be dealing with a karmic tie and or just stuck in these karmic energies. But you've already met this person and you need to keep an open mind about them because there's distance. And what is it that both need to do? Clear your energies. Doesn't come out like this for no reason. Both are in alignment. Where's the clog? Loving yourselves first. Understanding this is lack of love of self, masculine. You are being pulled and you need to keep an open mind. And feminine, you need to clear any energies you still have attached to the belief in relationships because of the unfolding of this one is a bit similar to your past relationships, huh? But it's not. It is and it isn't. It is and it isn't. Right? So that's why you need to keep your trust and faith in the unfolding of it. Because the distance is what's different. Right? The distance is what's different between both. It was designed that way. I told you that before. It was designed that way. Now, let's do the cartomancy path. We're going to start with the feminine, and then I'm going to do the masculine side by side. There you are, feminine. Coming out as the Queen of Hearts, that loving energy, that emotional energy, not breaking it up by signs. Okay, let's see what else comes out here. Bottom of the deck, soulmate. Coincidences, please. Okay, so we have this Queen of Hearts energy here, okay? This is that heart space, feeling those feelings, right? They're real. Now, what it's showing me here is that there's a need for financial independence, something of that nature. But the thing is that it's showing me here moving to a new home. So, feminine energy, you could be working on moving, okay? And this is due to the fact that you've now gained your financial independence. And now it's time to take the action and change in your social standing because you've gained your financial stability. This is a rented property, right? Through this move, you're ushering in new positive energies because you are, in fact, completing a karmic cycle, okay? You are moving to a new energy space, so to speak. And this is due to the fact that you are on a spiritual journey. This is also a travel card, again, indicating there's distance between you two. What it's calling for is using your common sense and your good judgment here when it comes to your good luck and growth being pulled on this journey, because you're now entering into a new cycle here. And not to focus on negative emotions with unfortunate events that have happened in the past. This is what you're being asked to use your common sense and good judgment over, right? Because the feelings are mutual. The feelings are mutual in the fact that you exchange that energy, okay? Yes, this is your soulmate. You are being spiritually guided. Any worry, any anxiety is based off of the fact that you need to break down established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships because you are, in fact, in separation, but there needs to be healing that takes place during the time of this lack of communication. You are being given the ambition in order to achieve success. And this is Hermes the communicator, which is indicating that there will be communication in regards to the developing of the relationship that you had prior, but you're feeling fenced in and sick and tired of unhealthy situations at this time because you started a romance of the soul. This is indicating there was intimacy. There's a need to be truthful, fair, and honest in order to bring this union together. And any feelings of unrequited love, negative, lower level energies that you're focusing on is what in fact is blocking this new beginning and this new phase of life. But you will be moving to a new home. This is where your wishes and your desires lie. And guess what? Here's your King of Hearts, Queen of Hearts. And this is indicating communication in order to resolve problems because you were in fact cut out of this person's life and or you cut this person out. And the lack of progression and the serious setback in this union coming together could be based off of the fact that they're stuck in a daily routine in regards to their work environment. And this is indicating that now they're taking careful planning and caution. They're evaluating before taking action in regards to this new beginning. But this is, in fact, by divine design. That is for the feminine energies. So, feminine energies, you are being guided, okay? And if you are, in fact, moving to a new home and or you're being pulled in order to move to a new home, understand that that is you wrapping up a karmic cycle in your life and you're on your way to usher in new positive energies through that move and starting a brand new beginning for yourself in regards to the person who you've met. It's now time to trust and have faith in the unfolding of it because it is by divine design and it is a spiritual journey you're on. Okay? Now, let's see where the masculine energies lie this time, and then we will be completed with this. A little over the time I wanted to do, but what's time? Really, seriously. Let's be real here. Okay, one more time here for masculine. Maybe not. That didn't feel good. One more. That's better. Okay, let's see what comes out here in regards to the masculine energies. Legal documents pertaining to the home environment. King of Spades energy, needing to make a logical decision here. Could be feeling at these lower level energies within a home environment, which is causing you to feel those codependent energies. Masculine, stuck in a karmic relationship and or karmic home situation. Here's the Queen of Spades energy, and this is, in fact, what's causing you to feel these lower level energies because you are in separation from this person and you want to manifest a new beginning with them. But you're stuck in these lower level energies within your home environment, and the feminine energy is on your mind, and you're in separation from the person, and that's why you're feeling that spade energy, that cold energy. But you're needing to use your logic and not get stuck in that negative space in your mind, which is causing you the feelings of unrequited love, because you're wanting a new beginning. You're manifesting a new beginning with this person, but you're in separation from them, and this is due to the fact that this was by divine design, because you are at a distance from them, and this is also indicating a need to gain ambition in order to achieve success, but that also indicates a journey, being in separation. This is something that was by divine design, and it's now time to communicate in order to resolve these problems, but you are being divinely guided in order to clear up. This is indicating financial freedom, but this is also a journey. Needing to communicate in order to resolve these problems. This is something that this does not come out by coincidence. Let's be real. The 10 of clubs indicates a journey, right? The 2 of clubs indicates by divine design. Giving time and energy freely also. The 6 of clubs indicates that there needs to be communication. And by this communication, this is where abundance lies. This is freedom. Freeing yourself, because you're stuck in a home environment situation that could also be affecting your finances here. But this is indicating that you are being guided in order to communicate. Through the communication, you're freeing yourself by speaking your truth. This is the feminine energy card, masculine. So you, by speaking your truth, being open and honest, you're freeing yourself of these lower level energies that you have stuck within your home environment. This could also indicate both ways here, moving to a new home. And this indicates working this out. By being truthful and honest, you're working this out. Let's see what else comes out for the masculine at this time. But yeah, masculine, you're at these lower level energies for certain. Wishes and desires being met. The clog here is the separation and you feeling at these lower level energies that you cannot manifest this new beginning with this person due to distance and finances. But what needs to happen here is that the truth needs to be spoken. There needs to be communication in order to resolve issues from the past, in order to work this out. And that is indicating that through that, wishes and desires will be met. But there's a need here in order to separate yourself from your home environment. This could be just this fiery energy here, but this is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But the wishes and the desires are in order to move forward with this person, yet you're stuck in these lower level energies. This is somebody who is, a passionate person, somebody's energy who, they work independently, but they're a passionate person. They are good homemakers. And here's this fiery energy here, this club's energy. Now, in fact, also, we're getting that fiery energy. But again, healing family issues, this could be parents. This could be parents, masculine, that is blocking you in your home environment, and or this is not what their wishes and desires are, which is blocking you and keeping you in separation. And what needs to happen is healing family issues. This is healing this. But you also could be dealing with someone who has that fiery energy. But the parents' wishes and desires are not for you to move forward with this person. And that's where the healing needs to take place, because it's not about that. Healing, steady improvements, happy surprises, a second chance to redo this. This is Hermes the communicator, pushing you in order to complete this healing, communicate with this person. There's where your victory lies. Completion. In order to develop the relationship. But you're in lack of communication because you need to completely end a cycle in your life in order to have a brand new beginning. This is also moving to a new home in order to bring this union together. And you're being called to use your common sense and good judgment. Stop allowing your fears to block you. You started a romance of a soul. Now it's time for you to gain your independence. Stop evaluating before taking action. because you want to verbally communicate with this person. This is a trip 5 card, but this is also foundation building and have a physical union. But your lack of progression in your serious, excuse me, lack of communication, folks, lack of progression and serious setback in regards to the soulmate is because you're allowing others' wishes and desires affect what it is that your heart truly desires. This indicates you need to break down your established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships and how relationships work, which is again why you have healing family issues in your cards, in the romance angel cards, but you have a family issue right here, which could be blocking. Their wishes and desires are not what they want you to be doing, and it's causing you in separation from your soulmate, causing you these scattered energies. Now's the time to take the action, and as you take the action, your efforts will be rewarded, and you will, in fact, have a brand new beginning and a new phase of life. And this is the card indicating that you need to remain optimistic. And what did you have in your romance angel cards? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and what brings you romance? Faith. So that was the twin flame reading, spiritual guidance reading for all of those who have this connection. I hope that it resonated. I hope that the messages came through clearly for you. If you need me, lovefromabove717@gmail.com. I am running a special through the end of this month in regards to this eclipse that we're going to be having. It will be in the drop box below. It will only be from now until the end of August. So if you want to take advantage of it, make sure that you send me an email and we will get it set up for you. Okay? Thank you. Love you.